Good Friday morning. Welcome into the elephant area. We are going to spend some time today painting with Twiggy. So we hope that you guys are really going to enjoy this. We are super excited to be here and to have them painting with Twiggy today. We have two of the elephant staff here with us, and we will get to all of that in just a moment, but we're going to give you guys some time to come in and join us. We'll give a few shout outs, go through our morning announcements, and then, we are going to paint with Twiggy, the African elephant. So let's see who's joining us here this morning. We'll give some shout outs. Hi to Kyler, age 6. Hey, Michelle in Toledo. Hi, Alex. Hi, Chelsea. Good morning, Max. Thanks for tuning in today. Hi, Peggy in Montpelier. Hi, Jennifer in Taylor, Michigan. And hi, Jenilyn in Temperance. Hi, Brooks, Vivian, and Beckett. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning to my Aunt Diane. Hi, Tiffany and Joe. Hey, Athena and Caden. And yes, Zach, it is Endangered Species Day, so it worked out very well that we are painting with Twiggy, the African elephant. Elephants are an endangered species, so it is a perfect day to celebrate, yes. Hi, Mary Beth. Hi, Roland. Hey, Luke. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Good to see you. Hi, Logan and McKinley. Hi, Victoria in Indiana. Hi, Brittany and Illyria and Avery, age 5. Hey, Easton, Everly, and Emerson. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for being with us this Friday. And we're going to go ahead with our morning announcements because we don't want to waste any time that we have available to paint with Twiggy today. So first things up, Meals on the Go. We've got our new schedule up for next week. Be sure you check out those new options. Get your meal orders in for Tuesday and Thursday. Remember, the meals feed 4 to 6 people, cost $40, and you pick them up curbside for delicious chef-made food. Check those out. And don't forget about our virtual offerings. Remember yoga this Saturday. We've got troop trivia coming up next week. We want to make sure you guys all get signed up for all of that. Our Juke Mode t-shirts are still on sale. They're saying that they will continue to take orders through May 22nd, so if you haven't gotten your Quarantine Crew 2020 Toledo Zoo shirt yet, go ahead and get on that real quick. And of course, thank you for continuing to stick with us during this closure. We don't know yet when we're going to be open, but as soon as we do, we will let you know on here, on our social, and on our website. Until then, we appreciate your support to keep us going during this time. You can always add your, you can always donate through our donate button here on our live feeds or toledozoo.org/donate. And before we start, we do want to let you guys know that we are painting with Twiggy today, and we will be auctioning these paintings and our red panda paintings from a couple weeks ago off via eBay coming up. We will post links. We're going to set those up after we get done here, so be on the lookout on our social for those. We'll make sure we put the links up here for you. All right, guys, we are here today with Anna and John from our elephant staff, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about Twiggy and what we're doing here, and then we're going to start painting.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name's Anna Miller. I'm one of the elephant keepers here at the Toledo Zoo. This gentleman over here is John Grigor. He is also one of our elephant keepers. I've been here for about 8 years, and John's been here for about 30 years. So he has a really long history working with the elephants. This is one of our African females. Her name is Twiggy. So we have 3 elephants here at the Toledo Zoo. You guys saw a bath with Renee and Lucas. I believe that was about 2 weeks ago. So this is our 3rd elephant. She weighs about 6,850 pounds, and she's about 35 years old. So today we are going to be doing blow painting. We have different styles of painting that we can do with the elephants. Blow painting is one of them. And then we also have a brush painting style, and then we can do some footprints as well with them. But today we're going to be doing the blow painting, so you can see the supplies that we have. We just actually use syringe cases. We cut the tips off, and then we will put paint in them. we'll hold it up to the elephant's trunk, and then they are trained to blow air out through their trunk, which forces the paint out of the tube, and it looks really cool. So it's almost like splatter art. When I was a kid, I always used to do splatter painting. So it's basically the same thing with the elephants here.
And Renee's letting us know she is ready.
Yep, Twiggy is definitely
I'm sorry,
ready.
Twiggy.
It's okay.
Goodness.
So they make all kinds of noises. This is demonstrating the blow behavior.
That was awesome. And guys, if you didn't know, that is a train whistle that she was blowing on for us there. That sounded great.
We also have a harmonica that they're trained to blow in as well. So basically any type of musical thing that makes a noise, we can have them do. This is the harmonica. So it's really cool with the harmonica because you can actually hear the elephant blow out, and then you can hear them suck in, and you can hear the difference of the tone with that harmonica.
Oh, is that amazing? And what treats is she getting for doing such amazing things for us this Friday morning?
So for training, we primarily use carrots and yams. We also have a special kind of biscuit. We'll give them whole apples, as you can see, tomatoes. They get majority just vegetables and fruits. So we'll get yams, like I said, carrots. We'll get leeks. We'll get celery. But today she's getting sliced up carrots for this.
Very cool.
She's very food motivated, as with all the elephants are. So she'll pretty much hang out with us and keep eating as long as we have food to give her.
And John, talk to us about what you're doing over here.
I'm preparing the paint pen. They make commercially made paint pens so that people can make things on their own doing blow painting. We actually have done blow painting back in the day when we had sloth bears. That's how I actually found out first about blow painting. And when Twiggy came here originally, she did not know how to paint at all, and she didn't do any of the traditional brush painting. So I figured, let's give it a try with the blow painting and see how she does, because she does the blowing so well. She makes a lot of vocalizations. So I said, okay, let's give this a go. And we're going to do, the first color is Anna's favorite color.
Yeah, it's my blue.
And so for the first color we're going to shoot is going to be blue.
My favorite color too.
Perfect.
Right,
And
ready?
I'll bring the girl over here, and she dictates pretty much where it goes, and you don't want to stand there. She dictates where it goes, and she also decides how much paint she wants to apply by how hard she blows. So there is some technique to this.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And she needs to be paid, because all artists, you can't have a starving artist, so she gets a little bit of a tomato.
For her services, that's beautiful.
And what color do you think we should put on top of that? What looks like a good color that would be a good match, Kim?
Ooh, gosh, I don't know.
We've got so many good choices.
Any suggestions from the audience on a color
We
choice?
can take suggestions from you guys. What do you think? Anybody throw out a color for us that you'd like to see added to our blue?
There's the blue, and we can put another color on top of that, and it just layers, and they look so cool when they are done.
Yes. All right. Erica says green.
Let's
go with green.
All right, we'll do a green.
We have 20 shades of green. What shade of green would you like?
Well, John's picking the shade of green, actually. And we'll just put this on there, and I need to add a little bit of water because some of this paint is a little thicker than normally what a blow paint would be. So I kind of add a little bit of water to thin it down so it flows good. Right. And it just comes out, and she really likes to look and see what it looks like when it's finished.
Well, all artists should take a final look at their work.
They should, and she is very good about that. We ready? Here we go. Cool. Good? That was an apple.
That's pretty.
What do you think? And a lot of times what she'll do is, because she can't see directly in front of her, you have to put it off on the side, that way she can get a better look. So, are we happy with that?
That is gorgeous.
Or do we want to put another layer on top?
Well, we're having a lot of requests for purple.
A purple.
So maybe we add a purple?
We can put a purple on top of that. And
okay.
John is going to decide which purple he's putting on here again. And this one is going to be a little bit more of a, the bigger the blow pipe, the wider it flows, and the more concentrated it is, the smaller the tube, you get more of a shot that is very concentrated in just one specific spot. So this might be a little bit more of a concentrated shot.
All right, and just so you guys know, this is all non-toxic water-based paint.
Yep.
And as John is showing us, Twiggy doesn't actually have contact with the paint.
Ready? Good girl. Perfect.
Oh, that's amazing.
How cool was that?
That looks really, really good.
Yeah, she doesn't have contact with the paint at all. You can see on her trunk there's no paint on there at all.
Yep, she is a very clean artist over
Yep.
here.
And one of the things that I love about this animal, aside from everything, is I don't know if you had the opportunity to see her eyelashes, but most people would pay lots and lots of money to have eyelashes that look like that. They're so thick and they're so long.
They're
and
gorgeous.
She is just the most amazing, beautiful animal I've ever worked with. And I've been here for a long time.
Absolutely, she is gorgeous. All
Guys
right, guys,
worked here
we're going
longer
to
than
do
I've been alive.
another painting here. John, talk to us about what's next.
Okay, what we're going to do next is we are going to do one of the things that I really like to do. I like to shoot multiple colors in the same pen, and it's really neat because what happens is as it's flying through the air, the colors actually mix and you get a totally different color than what you start with.
Amazing.
So this is one of the things that this is how we started. We started shooting multiple colors because we didn't have as many pens. So we'd shoot 2 or 3 colors at the same time out of the one paint pen, and the colors just turned out really cool. And some of the colors that you would never think that would look neat together do. And it's like once you get it on a canvas, it's just like, wow, that is so cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're going to mix a little more water.
All right, and just so you guys know, because you are asking here, what we're going to do with these paintings is we are going to auction them off on eBay. After we're done here, we're going to go set that all up, and then you guys can bid on these paintings, and all of the proceeds will go back to the zoo's mission and helping us sustain during this time. So we will post a link here for you, and we will post on our social page so that everybody, even if they didn't tune in today, can get to see it. All right, John has loaded some orange and green together into this one.
And we're shooting it on a black canvas.
And he chose a black canvas. So we're going to watch this as Twiggy blows 2 colors at once.
Ready? How cool is that?
Oh, that is so cool.
I mean, and I would have never thought, oh, you know, like green and orange would go, and you put it on that black, and it's just like, that is so cool.
That is very, very cool.
And to finish this up, I am going to see if I can find, I've got this, which is just straight up glitter. So when you shoot this, it basically has a little bit of it'll look white initially, but once you shoot it and it dries, it'll just sparkle when you put light on it. So if you put this in a window where the light from the window hits this, it'll glitter. It's really neat.
Oh, that sounds very cool, and definitely something that you guys are going to want to talk about a conversation piece in your
Yes, definitely.
So you can see that there's not a lot of color there, but what happens is that's so cool is pay the artist, and what's really cool is when the sun hits this or when light hits this, this will actually glitter. I've got one at home that's underneath the light, and when the light turns on, the whole thing, it looks like the Milky Way. It's so neat.
So cool. Anna, how often do you guys do this?
Just whenever we have time. We may do it once a week. We may do it every day for a little while. A lot of our family members and friends will make special gifts for them, especially around the holidays. So it's just whenever we kind of feel like it.
Very cool. And Carrie's asking, what is Twiggy's favorite treat? We're seeing her get tomatoes, apples, sweet potatoes.
So
what's her favorite, though?
You will see her favorite treat when we are done with this. She is getting watermelon. Watermelon is probably all of our elephants' favorite treats. And you'll see they'll actually stick the entire watermelon in their mouth and then crush it. You can hear it pop. It's really cool to watch.
One of the really cool things that we have is we have a volunteer that loves the elephant so much that under normal times, she volunteers and delivers 3 watermelons every week, 52 weeks a year. So she donates watermelons in the middle of February and January out of her own pocket because she loves her elephant so much. And that's the kind of dedication that our volunteers have out here. We are so blessed to have such wonderful volunteers. And just the support of the community is just amazing. I am always in awe on when I walk out into the public areas of how supportive and how wonderful our public is here. It's just amazing. It really is.
Yeah. And we are seeing that now. So many of you guys are tuning in, saying how cool this is, how, this is amazing to see, especially during this time. And we do have, getting a few questions here. John, does Twiggy have a favorite color?
Well, let's see, because one of the things that I was going to do for our next shot was I was going to ask her which color she wants to shoot. So I'll put a couple colors out here. One of the things that she really enjoys is she does enjoy a red, because that's kind of, as you were seeing the tomatoes and the apples, so she likes that red color. And I was going to put a blue out there and put a green out there, and I'll let her pick the one that she wants. And that'll be our initial shot.
All right.
What do you think, Sweet Pea?
Good him.
Which color? Which one? Which one? Which one? That one? Okay, we go with the blue. So she picked the blue.
My favorite color again.
She's going with Anna and I
Okay,
today,
we'll
yep.
go with that. And then I'm going to pick a couple more colors here, and we'll see which color she wants to go with it.
All right.
We'll do a green, and we got a light blue, and this metallic purple, which is really cool.
All right.
What are you going with? Which one? Oh, she picked the light blue, the baby blue.
All right. She's on our blue train today.
Blue train today. So we'll shoot this on a white canvas, and this will be really fun.
All right. Anna, while we're doing that, let's answer a few questions.
Alrighty.
Can you tell us, Kyler, age 6, wants to know, can elephants jump?
I've never seen an elephant jump. I don't think they can. They can, though, stand on their hind legs. So in the wild, you'll see them standing on their hind legs to get tree limbs and everything. And we have seen them stand on their hind legs here. If you've been to the Toledo Zoo, you have noticed all of our elevated feeders. We have nets and barrels. All of their food is in that. And sometimes we'll raise it just high enough that they actually have to stand on their hind legs and to reach up and get it. So it's really cool to see that behavior.
That is cool. And Christine wants to know, how long do elephants live?
They can actually live into their 60s and 70s. It is very old for an elephant to be that old. But 50 to 60 is a good range for an elephant. She is 35 years old, so she's getting up there in age, but she's not a youngster, but she's not an oldie yet either.
Yeah. And Ethan, age 6, wants to know, how does she eat with her trunk?
So the trunk is just basically a utensil. So they take the treat, they put the trunk in their mouth, and they will actually blow that treat into their mouths. So they're not physically eating with their trunk, they're just using it as a receptacle to transfer food into their mouths. So you can see her grab it. So watch this. So she's going to take her trunk. She will use her 2 little fingers. She'll grab it, and then she'll put it right in her mouth.
All right. Very cool.
And the thing that's really cool is that they have the dexterity to be able to pick up a dime off of the ground. That's how much dexterity they have with those 2 fingers.
Wow.
Yeah, their trunks are very, very sensitive.
That is amazing.
And not only do they use their trunks for eating, but they also use it for drinking as well. So they can hold about 3 gallons of water in their trunks. So you can kind of see the 2 nostrils right there. So they actually will suck up water into their trunk, and then they'll open their mouths and blow that water into their mouths.
So cool.
It's a very, very cool thing that elephants have.
All right. John says he's ready to do this.
All right, this is a Twiggy choice. So Twiggy decided that she wanted to do a couple of blues, and so we'll do this. You ready, sweet girl? Oh, nice. I love this metallic.
Shimmer.
Good choice. Good choice. You are just the best girl ever.
All right, and now he's going back to get the darker blue that she chose first.
Yep. You ready? Are you ready for this? What a sweet girl. Oh, nice.
Wow.
And see how that moved? She actually moved the pen so that it would go down, because it wasn't centered up, and so she moved the pen so that it would go down onto the canvas. That wasn't me, that's her.
She is quite artistic.
She really is.
Awesome. And Elizabeth would like to know, does she make other types of artwork?
Actually, Twiggy does paintbrush painting also, and she is not quite as, well, let's say, because I'm very biased on this animal, she has a little bit more technique, and she's a little bit more, has finesse. So we use small paintbrushes when we paint with the brushes as opposed to the big ones like Renee uses. When Twiggy paints, she uses the little ones, and it's really cool because they're nice, really smooth lines. She is just the best. It's not like I have a favorite or anything.
Oh, not at all.
So what we're going to do next is we are going to have her do a footprint, and Anna is going to do the footprint because she is the footprint queen. I can't tell you how much better her footprints look than anybody else. And what we're going to do is we're going to spin Twiggy around, and we're going to have her face the other direction. She's going to put one of her feet, because you want to go back.
Yep, pick it back
We'll
up.
do she'll put her back foot
right,
out there,
face
we'll
back
clean it up, and then she'll apply paint to it, and then she rolls the canvas on top. It is the neatest thing. Elephant footprints, until you actually see one, you just can't appreciate how cool they are.
Girl.
All right, so John's going to talk us through what Anna's doing here.
Yep. First, I have to get everything set up. So we need to open up a window. And these windows are made so that we can have more access to the elephants. Where there's a window here, and then there's two windows that are over there. You can see where the locks are, and there's two windows over there. Those are for getting access to their ears and part of their body. And this is for their lower body and also their feet. Because we have to do a little bit of footwork on them every once in a while. Because just like with us having to get pedicures and manicures, we need to be able to have access to their feet so we can trim their nails.
And everything that you guys do is done with protected contact.
Yes.
You are not actually in with the elephants. They are multi-ton creatures, and while they may not ever mean to hurt you, they are bigger than they realize, I'm sure.
Yes. And I am old enough, and I've been here long enough that I actually worked free contact with the elephants. So back in the day, I was actually in there, and I could hug them up, which I shouldn't say that, but I used to, because instead of a bunny hugger, I am an elephant hugger. They're this great big fuzzy thing. All set.
Switch.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, what I'm going to do now is, actually Anna can talk about what she's going to do.
All right. John, if you want to get one of her back feet up.
All right. Here's Sweet Pea. Good girl.
So we are going to spin her around. We're going to do a footprint of one of her back feet. Their feet are actually shaped differently. I don't know if you guys can see, but their front feet are very round and their back feet are very oval.
Good. Good.
So she's trained to present all of her feet. So as you heard, John just asked for foot, and then she knows to put her foot up. I'm going to hose this off to get it nice and clean. And I'm also going to use a scrub brush to make sure there's no debris on the bottom of her foot that might get stuck on the canvas.
One of the things that's really cool about their feet is you can see that there's a little bit of a toenail there, and you can kind of see the toenails on the front when she was facing our direction. What they are is they're actually standing on their tiptoes. They have a great big fat pad in the very back of the foot where Anna's hand is right now, and that's a big cushion for when they walk, and all their toes are up into the front, and all the weight goes into that fat pad when they walk. They're really, really well designed.
They are such cool animals.
So as Corey is close to the foot, you can see how squishy the foot is. Their feet are actually made out of keratin, just like our fingernails. So they are pretty soft. You can see all the different ridges and everything. This helps with traction. So when the elephant is walking, they're not slipping like they'd be walking on ice. So all those little pockets help with that. You can also see the toenail. So this is the bottom of the pad. And then there's a toenail there, and a toenail there, and a toenail right here, and then right here as well. We do perform footwork on them weekly to monthly, just kind of depends. When we're doing training on the elephant every day, we always want to make sure we look at their feet just to make sure that they may not need footwork. Sometimes they'll get, since they have all these little ridges, sometimes they'll get like a little stick or a little rock under there, and we just have special tools that we can go in there and make sure it's cleaned out.
Very cool.
As John was saying, they do walk on their toenails. So the most important thing that we focus with the elephant foot is to make sure that the bottom of the toenail is actually higher off the ground than the bottom of the foot. So we have a big file, just like you guys use on your nails, that will file their nails and make them nice and smooth and round, so that when they're walking, it's almost like a rocking chair, that they're walking and there's no pressure on the bottom of that toenail. to make sure that they don't get any cracks or anything like that.
Very cool. And Anna's explaining all of this, and we're showing the foot so that we can do a footprint with Twiggy. It's another form of art that Twiggy does. John mentioned that she paints with brushes. You guys have seen her blow paint. And so now she's going to make a footprint. And as we said, we are going to auction all of these paintings along with the Red Panda one that we did a couple weeks ago off on eBay. We will set that up when we are done here. We'll make sure we post a link on here and on our social, and all of the proceeds from that will benefit the zoo's mission and help to sustain us during this closure. So we hope that you guys will bid on these. They are amazing conversation pieces.
Definitely.
How many people can say they have art in their home created by an elephant? Mm-hmm. So, all right, talk to us about what you're doing, Anna.
All right, so since I am partial to blue, I'm going to use 2 different shades of blue. You can really get as snazzy as you want with these. If I could get the paint out. So you just basically cover the bottom of the foot with paint. I'm going to switch to a lighter blue now. Ooh, blue ice pearl.
Ooh, that sounds pretty, doesn't it?
So you can basically make these as fancy or as just simple as you want. Some people like just the normal one color. You can do a background color like you saw with the blow painting with the black background. You can really make them however you want. And then we take a paintbrush and we make sure we just cover the bottom of the foot.
And John, while she's doing that, Jill asks, does every elephant have a different footprint like humans have fingerprints?
Actually, because of the way that they walk, they have a different footprint from day to day to week, because as they walk, they wear it down and it changes. We have fingerprints and they always stay the same, but their footprints change every day, so they're not the same as us. It does change, but you'd never be able to identify an elephant from one day to the next because their footprint is constantly changing because they wear it down. It's really, really interesting. We can identify our elephants who they are because their foot stays relatively the same, but from one week to the next, it'd be totally different. Like if I'm off on vacation and come back and look at a footprint, I couldn't tell you who it was because they changed that much.
That's amazing. And Graceland would like to know, how long has Twiggy been painting?
Twiggy's been painting for 2 years now, because before that she really didn't know how to paint. And when I started working with her elephants again, because I stepped out for a little while, when I came back in, I just immediately clung on to Twiggy because she's just the most fun girl ever. And so one of the things that she didn't know how to do was paint, and so we're always looking to add new behaviors to them. And so that was a new behavior we added to her, and she just took to it right away, and she loves to paint. I mean, that's one of the things. She actually, when she sees I'm only doing 1 or 2 paintings, I can see that she's sad that she wants to do more.
Oh. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press the canvas. You can see we just have one of these canvases. So I always like to start at the top to make sure I get all of the footprint, and then I'm going to start pressing it. So I have it secured on her foot, and then I kind of just work my hands around and roll the canvas onto their foot. You can feel where the edge of the foot is, so you know kind of when you don't need to continue rolling. Sometimes she moves her foot a little bit, so it's important to hold on to the canvas so you don't lose it.
She's been balancing on 3 legs for quite a while for us here.
Actually, this is nothing, because when we do foot trims sometimes, we'll stand here and she'll hold her foot steady. Good girl. She'll stand there for up to 45 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So there's, standing like this is no big deal for them at all. Just a couple minutes is nothing.
And they kind of let us know when we're doing footwork and they're going to be standing for a while. They'll let us know when they need breaks.
Yep.
So we'll let them put their foot down, relax for a few minutes, and then they will pop their foot right back up. So it's really cool.
We have 3 of the most fun animals to work with. They are so compliant and they really enjoy the interactions with the humans. They're really, really great to work with.
All right, and I'm going to pull the canvas off. And that is an elephant footprint.
That is an Anna
That's cool.
elephant footprint because mine don't look anywhere close as good as that.
So it's really cool to actually see.
All right.
You can see the toenails. You can see the toenail here, toenail here, and toenail here. So it's really cool to see that. So that's what her back left foot looks like.
That is super amazing. And Cam, age 5, and Gavin would like to know, does it tickle?
I don't know if it tickles. They can probably feel it a little bit, but I wouldn't necessarily say it tickles.
All right. And as you guys can see, she is getting rewarded heavily for her wonderful cooperation there for her footprint. And Jackie, you can bid on the paintings. As we said, we're going to put them up on eBay after we're done here. And all of the proceeds will go back to the zoo and our mission. Oh, I'm sorry.
So John's going to actually put her foot back up so I can hose it off, but you can see all the cute little blue footprints on the floor now.
That's adorable.
So she's making her own little footprints everywhere.
Gotta love it.
Again, like Kim said, it is non-toxic paint, so it doesn't cause any harm to them.
Nope.
But it is something that we like to hose off just so a guest doesn't say, oh my goodness, she's got a blue foot, what's going on?
Yep. And it is. It's a water-based paint, so it's going to wash right off. It's non-toxic, not going to hurt her at all. And as you guys can see, and as John said, she actually really enjoys doing this painting and obviously getting the awesome treats for her wonderful art. So
The thing that's really cool is Anna picked the 2 colors, and I don't know if she did it on purpose or not, but she picked the 2 colors that Twiggy picked to shoot her painting. And so it's actually a matched set. So she has a blow painting and a footprint that are a matched set.
oh yeah, I hadn't realized that either. That's very cool. And thank you.
If somebody's bidding, they might want to bid on both of them.
Absolutely. You could have the whole set, and then, you guys can also save this live feed and say, here's how my painting was created. So this is quite cool stuff. And we hope that you guys will want to bid on these. And as we said, we'll get them up on eBay as soon as we're done here. All right. And John is giving Twiggy some more treats here, more tomatoes.
Because she's the best girl ever.
We've gotten several comments of John and Twiggy BFFs. Best friends forever.
They are.
That is for sure. That is for sure. Do you have any more questions? Oh, look at those eyelashes. Look at that face.
Oh, look at that adorable face.
She's a looker.
She is. My goodness.
And this is her begging, which she shouldn't be doing, so we're not going to do this anymore.
We're not going to reward that.
We're not going to reward that anymore. So you don't beg, you don't reward your dog for begging.
They've got us trained pretty well. When they want something, they will walk up to us, open their mouths, put their trunk up, and be like, food, insert food here.
Put it in.
And of course you can't not, because that's adorable, so. Oh, and she stepped on the tomato.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
Aw.
So, does anybody have any more questions?
All right. Yes, we've got a couple here. How long are her tusks?
Well, right now they are probably about, because they are a little bit longer than you can see, they actually go up into her lip. So they're probably close to about 2 foot right now.
All right.
And there's only probably about maybe a foot exposed, or a little bit longer than that. But you can kind of see the lump on the side of her jaw, and it actually goes farther up into her jaw.
Very cool.
Their tusks can get up to about 8 feet though, so they definitely grow. They grow about an inch a year. As I'm sure most of you guys know, elephant tusks are the main reason why elephants are poached in the wild. They use them to strip bark off of trees. They'll dig for water. So they use those tusks for a lot of their daily activities.
Very cool. And Andrew asks, how old is Twiggy?
She is 35 years old.
And how much does she weigh?
She weighs 6,850 pounds, which is a good size for an elephant. Females can range anywhere between 6,000 to 10,000 pounds, 10,000 on the little bit bigger side. And then males can get up to 16,000 pounds, so they can be very big.
And Chase wants to know if Twiggy gets sad if she doesn't see John for a few days.
Well, there's always people here. But definitely when John comes in from his weekend, she's very rumbly. She's really excited to see him.
Aw.
She does something that I call purrs, and there's these purr sounds that they make, and she does that on occasion when she sees me. And there are some people that I work with that call me Papa John, so.
Yep, I'm one of those people.
Understood, yes. All right, and we're getting questions. Are they going to get to see her eat her watermelon reward?
Yes,
Right
that
now.
is the big finale piece.
Yes, right now. I was waiting to see if we had any more questions, and I picked this up from
right, Twig, back
local
up.
grocery store the other day and washed
Twiggy,
it
back
off
up.
to make sure it was all
Back
set
up.
for her.
Good
and
girl,
she
back up.
just-
Good girl, back.
It's funny
Back up.
watching these
Good
guys.
girl, back up.
You have to see the expression on
Girl.
their faces to appreciate it. You don't think that elephants have expressions on their face? They do.
All right, we're
Good
going to get
girl.
to see that right now.
And when when she picks up the watermelon, we're going to be quiet because you can actually hear her pop that melon. Twiggy trunk. Good. All right.
Oh, look at us. Look at her showing off for us. How sweet.
And there was the pop.
There it was.
And the thing that's really cool, if you're able to see it, her tongue actually acts like a little hand. She moved her tongue out in front of the watermelon, and she's pulling it into her mouth. Their tongues are almost like they have their own being. They can go forward and move back, and like a little conveyor belt, it'll raise up and move without the tongue itself moving. And they're just amazing. They're like a huge piece of alive bubble gum. That is one of the coolest parts on an elephant.
That is
Look
so
at the
cool.
expression on her face.
She's a happy
She is
elephant.
so happy.
And another cool thing, I don't know if you guys could see when she was eating her melon, but she had her head tilted back. So she knows how to eat those melons and not lose a lot of the juice. So when she tilts her head back like that, all that juice is going right down her mouth and down her throat. So she's getting all that good stuff.
Oh, so amazing.
She's an expert watermelon eater.
And she is definitely enjoying it.
Yes.
You can tell.
Yep, she loves them.
Aw.
And Lynn, who is the volunteer that John was talking about earlier, like he said, donates these watermelons every week of the year. It's a fantastic thing to have because they certainly love them.
That's so wonderful. We do have amazing volunteers, amazing staff, just like John and Anna here with us today, taking amazing care of the animals while we are closed and every single day of the year. So thank you guys so much for doing this with us. As we said, all of the paintings that Twiggy created today will be available via eBay auction later today. And we will post a link on this live feed. We will also post it on our social to let you guys know how you can bid on these, and all of the proceeds come back right here to the zoo. So we hope that you guys will enjoy those, and whoever gets to put them in their house, you have the best conversation piece of art ever. And once again, we appreciate you guys joining us. John's going to show off the other artwork here before we go, so you can
Look
see
at that set.
a matching
yours.
footprint and blow print there. So thank you guys so very much. We hope you have a great weekend. Check back in for that link to eBay, and we will see you again soon.
And I would like just to say real quick, thank you guys so much for all of your support. I know these are crazy times, and I know a lot of people are asking when the zoo's open, and we definitely want to get back to normal. But we have incredible support from you guys in our community here in Toledo, in the surrounding states. Our zoo is known around the world, and I'm really proud to work here, and we're really proud to have you guys as our community and all the support you guys give us. So thank you guys very much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you again next week when we continue our #ZooOpenOnline.